Hey, welcome to another great episode of the Real Deal Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Courtney Harden. Got a very special friend. Not even a guest. This is a friend of the show, and one of my favorite people. And I've told her this before, telling her again and again and again. But I just love and enjoy talking with her and chatting with her on all things sports, life, in general. So I will be bringing her on in a few. But before we start the show, let's get it. Hit my music. Let's go. All right. Once again, happy Wednesday. Welcome to another great episode of the Real Deal Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Courtney Harden. Glad to be back with a new episode. And like I said at the top, got a great friend coming back on the show. But before I bring her in, you can follow the show on all the podcast platforms, whether it's Spotify, Apple, BS3 Network, BS3TVLive.com, BS3 Network Roku channel, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, wherever you consume podcasts. We're there, YouTube. The BS3 Network YouTube channel as well. You can follow me on all the platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Blue Sky. I'm trying to get into Blue Sky a little bit. And but you can follow me also Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter is my main social media handles. But let's get started. Let me bring in my guest, good friend of the show. Like I said, she's not a guest, she's podcast family. Sarina Morales. She's done a little bit of everything, hosting, anchoring, a reporter, TV, digital. I mean, all types of platforms as well. And now she does the We the Hobby, which she is the senior media director, and looking forward to getting into that a little bit more. So, Sarina, welcome back to the show. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. I just want like a clip of your intro music because I was, man, you're bringing me back to like the Cameron days, where you're just like, okay, I'm hyped, right? Like I was I'm ready to walk through a wall.
Yes, I know you appreciate that beat and appreciate that music for sure, because we are hip hop heads and everything. We've done that. We talked about it and everything. So I know you would definitely appreciate that. So for sure. But again, I can't thank you enough for doing this again, and looking forward to catching up with you as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you have any 90s hip hop show ideas like that we can just roll with, I'm in.
For sure.
That's my side project.
Yeah. And the thing is funny. We used to do music podcast.
I need to relive that's what they said podcast.
Hey, if you need a new guest, not trying to, but I'm look forward to it. I'm, born and raised in the 90s, 80s, really 80s, 90s, and know my hip hop and music in general. But hip hop and R&B was my bread and butter, as you know. And but I can get into the pop, I can get all that stuff. So anything, we got any ideas, we can definitely work something out on that.
Yes. For sure. Don't you feel like, especially now in the holidays, like, what is it about like any of these like Boys to Men, Brandy comes on and it's just like Merry Christmas. And I'm like, Merry Christmas, but it's just a different vibe. I'm like,
yes, for sure. For sure.
I just feel a little more calm.
Yes. And speaking of that, you saw like Brandy and Monica, they're in concert now, and the Boys to Men concert. And they just talked about I think it's Boys to Men, it's New Edition, Boys to Men, and Tony Braxton in the concert. So all the 90s music, they're coming back and they're bringing it back. SWV and Escape, just they had a show and a concert and everything too. So yeah, it's definitely brings back vibes.
This is what our parents went through, Courtney. So like when we were and we're like, why is the Who or why is the like the Eagles getting together, whatever, like my dad's bands, and I'm just like, what? And now it's us, but we're the ones that are spending the money on the tickets, and that's why everyone's got a residency in Las Vegas. Because we're paying for that now.
We're paying for it. Yeah.
I want this. Yes. Boys is in the Sphere. I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm there. I'm in Vegas. I'm there. Like you said, I'm there for sure. Yeah, and it's cool to see that. And I think Mary J. Blige just had her last concert. What, this past year? Was it this year? I think it was this year. She was in concert. I think it's her last year. She said, but yeah, there's so much good music still. I'm glad that the '90s they're coming together. Like I said, Brady Monica, this was well overdue. Boys Mine
Eminem
or Eminem.
residency in
Yeah,
Vegas.
yeah,
I'm right there.
yeah, yeah.
Mom spaghetti all the way. I'm right there.
For sure. So yeah, we'll be talking. We got to chat about some music for sure, and maybe I think we got the concept of a podcast. But you said you need a new guest or host, I should say. I'm your man for that too. So
Okay.
yes. So, but how's everything else going with you at We the Hobby? I've been seeing a lot of content and and things like that. So we'll start there. How is We the Hobby? Now you said you're the senior media director. Congratulations on that. And as we were talking before we started recording, you were saying how you were, trying to get back into it, hosting and everything. Now you have your podcast that just launched too. So talk about how We the Hobby's been over this past year now for you.
It's been a year. And yes, last year I was the senior media director, We the Hobby. I am now upgrading, evolving into the new role of senior director, brand relations.
Okay.
So in a similar sphere, I am basically helping now everyone else get to know about We the Hobby. I started my first year at We the Hobby looking internally. What can we do to help make sure our talent is up to a level where we are performing well across the board on Fanatics, whatnot. We are now streaming also on Walmart Live. I was looking internally at how to help create structure at a startup company, which I think is much needed, and just kind of creating the culture more internally. Now, We the Hobby was just named actually the fastest growing privately owned company in the greater Rochester region from the Rochester Chamber of Commerce this year.
Big.
They had a top 100 list, We the Hobby #1. And it's wild because this was a company that started in a spare bedroom from the CEO, Zach Stanley's home. And it's now grown into where we have over 150 employees. So yes, now Mama is looking externally at brand relations. How can we get our name out there? How can people know about what we do, social commerce in general, card collecting, the hobby? We are We the Hobby. We put the we in We the Hobby. We are welcoming. We are family friendly. So now I'm making my next steps where I will go on more podcasts. I am trying to be more front facing on getting people to understand our brand, what we do, have people come on. I just had Eric Devendorf, Amin Al Hassan, Coley Harvey came through. I'm bringing people up to the offices to do tours, to see what we do operationally, and get people to, sort of grassroots, right? Find some storytellers and some playmakers, influencers in these spaces to then go and also preach the good word for us.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. First, congratulations on getting that promotion and moving up the ladder, which I always enjoy seeing you just keep moving up and moving up. And we met a couple of years ago, and we connected and things like that. And I think when I reached out to you, we got on the podcast. It's your fourth time on now, and we connected at Super Bowl Vegas 2 years ago in person. And it just seen, I've seen your career from not aging at all, not at all.
That's all right. Mama got white hair. I earned it.
Well, you already know. You saw the yes. I just celebrated my 46th birthday, so I got gray in my beard. Hey, I'm loving it. But even from, like you said, just seeing your career continue to keep growing and finding your niche and finding your your space where you are. And I'm happy to see that and happy to see that growth from the outside. So really appreciate that. And when you said like Walmart, I'm like, that's a whole nother level. That's a whole nother level.
We're with Walmart now. We stream live every Thursday night. We're gonna have a special Black Friday special stream for 3 hours. We usually do 2 hours right before kickoff for the Thursday night football game. But we will be live on Walmart Live from 6 to 9 p.m. on the Friday after Thanksgiving. And we're going to be talking football. It's so fun. And it's just really special. Our relationship with Walmart's growing. And yeah, you find Zach and Britt live on Walmart Live the day after Thanksgiving. Come check out some cars if you're interested in getting into the hobby. That's actually the perfect space to also sort of get a welcome to it, because Walmart's audience is not necessarily completely full in the hobby. So that's actually a very nice entryway for people who want to get into it.
Yeah, for sure. And again, and the last time we talked, I think it might have been early this year. It might have been early this year, and we were talking about the cards and the collectibles, how much it has grown, how big the collecting cards and other things, memorabilia has grown, and now just seeing it continue to keep growing. There's like seminars, there's all these things that are happening. People are thinking,
I told you, right? It was like a year ago, and I was like,
right, yeah.
Oh, this is about to pop off.
And now here we are. And now here we are again, a year later, it's popping off. And that's, as you said, we the hobby. That's what it's like what the words say, we the hobby. It's been a hobby, card collecting back in the day when I was doing that back in the late 80s, early 90s, and the 90s throughout. It was like, yeah, it was big then, but now with the resource and the access you have with collecting now, it's much bigger than that now.
Yeah, and look, kudos to Fanatics. Like, however you feel about Fanatics acquiring Topps and ultimately acquiring long-term rights for trading cards for every major U.S. sport. So you've got the NFL coming in April of 2026. They just took back the NBA rights in October of this year. So just last month, they had the MLB rights. But now you're looking at where Topps has, which is this again owned by Fanatics, but like you probably saw on the news for the NBA, they put these debut patches on guys' jerseys. So you look back in 5 years, right? Cooper Flag's debut patch gets inserted into a card.
Right.
The card is priceless if we believe that he will hit a certain point in his career, which we're all hoping, right? We've seen the splash. We've seen some promise. I think his first game in the NBA against Wemby was humbling, but
very humbling.
Long term, he's going to be a failure or a flop at all. So yeah, you're seeing unique, thoughtful integrations from the court straight into card collecting now, and I cannot wait to see what happens come April. And I mean, again, you're going to have jerseys like no other. You're going to have relics. You're going to have not just a laundry tag and a card, but you're going to get these patch autos with the NFL shield on it. And it's going to be spectacular.
Yeah, very spectacular. Yeah, and like I said, just where it has collectibles has gone and memorabilia has gone from when we were growing up to what it is today is tremendous. Oh, we got a couple of comments here. Nathan Ramasandra says, everyone keep up the great work. Thank you. And he asked a question. He said, will you be at Fanatics Fest next year?
Oh, yeah, we will. We sure will. We the hobby gonna have a spot. Yeah, it's from where Fanatics Fest, great question, started to where I see it going next year, that now they have a media partner, Fanatics Fest and Fanatics. But from the first iteration of it 2 years ago, and thinking about even like we host a center stage event, we want to make sure that we continue to get our brand out as much as possible. The first center stage event that we the hobby hosted at the first Fanatics Fest was with the guys from the Pivot podcast, Ryan Clark, and friends. Yep. We also had Matthew Berry, who's on NBC doing fantasy football, and Darren Ravel, former ESPNer as well, who also oversees and runs Collect, and he is in the industry, the hobby as well. Yeah. So we had a very strong list, of people in the space. Come, this past year we had a mentalist mix with some WWE stars.
Yeah.
Now we're going to fast forward to next year. The world is our oyster. Like, I don't even know what to come, but I
Right.
know it was even doubled in space when we took over the Jacob Javits Center on the first floor the first year. There were 2 floors the second year. Fanatics Fest just proves to what we're kind of talking about, how big the hobby is really growing and how really mainstream it's become.
Yeah, very mainstream, and like I said, it's there's more access to things with collecting and auctions and all that. And I'm gonna try to make it to Fanatic Fest next year too. I got nothing planned not much planned next year, with trips and things like that. So I'm gonna try to make it out there because I'm not a couple hours away from New York City. So yeah, I could for sure. But I would definitely let you know and just to see, like I said, see you just doing your thing with Fanatics Fest and the We the Hobby. So for sure, let's talk a little bit about the your podcast that you have launched a little bit. You just launched it. You just did a couple episodes and everything. So talk about getting back into that as part of just your continued growth in this industry.
Yeah, I certainly miss doing this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
my whole reason for even being a journalist was to get people to either think critically about a topic or make people feel something, because it is wild to think that in my body I get to make people feel angry, happy, sad,
Yep.
crack up laughing just by me pointing my arms, getting my voice to a
Right.
different level, putting on a funny accent. I'm certainly, love doing my fair share of like SNL bits or trying to perform in some sense, but
Right.
really being back on a podcast and doing more just general journalism as I'm learning about the hobby at the same time has been exciting. So yeah, I just started a show that will be on YouTube called The Inside Rip. Our guests so far have been Coley Harvey, former ESPNer, who I worked with a ton. Anish Sharaf will come out this Friday. He is the voice of the Panthers and another friend, veteran ESPNer. And Tyler Fulgham was our first guest on the podcast, and he is also a ESPNer. Again, some of these are going to be me calling Mama's friends,
Those
Serena's
contacts.
friends,
Yes, friends and
and
contacts. Hmm.
and that's really the part and just of what I'm trying to do bigger picture, right? Like, now that I'm doing brand relations for We the Hobby, it is like, okay, now Tyler Fulgham understands the card market better.
Yeah.
Now Anish Sharaf is going to look at, when he's watching Bryce Young on Sundays, he may think and go, man, Sarina was just telling me that, should people hold on to Bryce Young's cards right now? Should they sell them? What
Yeah.
what should they do? Like, this is where we're connecting what's happening on the field and what's happening in the hobby directly. And I'm interviewing people who have the best insight into the plays on the field and what they should be doing as a decision maker holding cards in their hand. So yes, it's called The Inside Rip. Airs once a week, and we just started it. We just launched it. So we're on episode 3. And our future guests are anyone from Steve Weish from the NFL Network, Madeline Burke covers the Giants,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited. It's really cool to be back.
Yeah.
Like,
I
yeah.
saw when just going through YouTube and I was like, oh, Serena's got a new podcast. Like, okay, was it? And then I just literally this week saw it, and in Tyler Fulgham, I listened to that podcast, and he says 20 minutes
Mhm.
long and everything, and in the beginning,
Digestible, yeah.
yeah, and he was talking about the Beckett magazine and looking up cards. I'm like, he just brought me back to the Beckett and you. I remember, I think I was telling you about this last year. Like when I used to have my cards, I had my notebook of cards and the pages and everything, 3-ring binder. The Beckett used to come out every month or every other month. I think it used to come out every month, and we would get the latest one. And we're looking at the cards like, oh, this is worth $20. Oh, this is worth $30, and you're making a fair trade, or you might get duped about a trade. You're like, oh, I'm never gonna get rid of this Michael Jordan card. I'm never never gonna get rid of this Scottie Pippen card, or you got to give me a box of cards before I trade that. So that brought me back to that was I love that episode, and that really brought me back to my childhood of collecting cards.
Yeah, and what's wild now is the way that the evolution of the hobby has kind of evolved. The evolution has evolved. Fanatics specifically, so like now you can, they do something called instant rips. So you can literally get instant gratification. So you think back, right? We were taking the magazine and checking a price point and checking the SKU number. Now you open a card live. We did this at Fanatics live at Fanatics headquarters with Doris Burke just a week ago. And we opened 100 instant rips. So we had 100 people buy into. You're ripping one card instantly. We see what that card is. It gives you a value. It holds it in your vault. So you now have your collection. You can see it digitally. The card exists, in real life, but Fanatics is holding it for you. And then you can sell it for money, or you can hold on to it and keep it forever. Get the real card. Fanatics will also hold the real card for you. So as to me, the technology and how this space is evolving, this isn't just, the junk wax era where we're holding on to cards. And I do think there's nostalgia that still sits with us in the hobby, which makes it special. I think there are stories. What Topps is doing now, they're having moments on cards. They're putting teammates on cards where you see these, a moment in a game, which again, that pulls at my heartstrings. So there's that. But then there's also just the technology to be a card collector. Like, who wants to have all these cards in their house? I might just want to have them digitally and know that they're available for me to hold on to on my time,
Yes. And that's how it has evolved. Like I said, you had the Beckett magazine on top, with your cards. You said you're just going around with it. That was like a nostalgic moment. I was listening to that. I was like, I totally get it. And then you buy a box of cards or packs of cards. At that time, it was Upper Deck. And he said it was Topps, Fleer. It just brought me back. I remember just getting money and going to the card store and just spending money, $5-10 on packs of cards. Like, I gotta get this. I'm collecting this. I'm listening these few cards. I need these few cards for the set of that. So, but like I said, now it's evolved so much digitally. It's tremendous how much it's evolved and everything too. So yes, you talk about the latest event you had with Doris Burke, the GOAT. And I mean, we were talking before when I reached out to you about just setting a date for the podcast, and you were like, I got an event with Doris Burke coming up, and I was like, okay, big time.
Did I say that? I didn't even realize. I was just like, this is the fact, and I didn't.
I was joking. No, but it's cool. But I was like, oh yeah, big time. Got Doris Burke coming. Okay, great. And then I can't compete with the GOAT, the good Doris Burke. I'll wait my turn. But for real. But it was how was that you said, talk a little bit about that event. Talk about, they said Doris Burke opening up cards. Who would have thought we would see the day when Doris Burke is actually opening up cards?
What was so surreal is there's a handful of people in any space in sports that can really be an encyclopedia for the game and go current and then move back 20 years and easily go through players and have something to say on each card, whether it's a base, a parallel. I mean, you are really getting insight into every single player. She understands every single team in a way that is so, I'm in awe, and look, is it something that I did my best to work on as someone who covered the NFL, and I wanted to know every single team and all the insights, but she's covering these games. She's around the players all the time. Like, my gosh, that was the most refreshing thing. So what was wild is we only had 90 minutes with Doris, really. She's coming in, she's talking through, and, you want to ask her everything. There are people like, Doris, tell me about this. Who's the GOAT? Who's this? Like, who's the best jersey? What? But right, they're asking all these questions. Mind you, we're like trying to get through cards. Like, we want to also rip it, but like she had a story on everything. So it was like, Doris, go. Like, just go. I mean, she had something to say on every player, and I don't really know. I can maybe list on one hand, man, like the people that can really do that and effectively do it in a way where it was like, and this person likes to eat ice cream on Sundays, and this person is also an avid knitter, like
Yeah,
they can
right.
crochet. Like she can do that. It's awesome. So that was really fun. And that's like, again, we have a very strong partnership with Fanatics. Fanatics also asked We the Hobby to come down to the NBA store for the release of Topps flagship when they took over the rights of the NBA. So that release was at the NBA store. Myself and Cam and Aaliyah were the on-air personalities on stream that day, and it was so fun because that was a release day. People couldn't open or like actual packs until 5 p.m. We were auctioning off packs on our streams for the majority of that day. Michael Rubin came on the stream live to join us. Andre Iguodala joined us on stream, which was a surprise. The New York Knicks were in the shop. Seth Meyers was throwing packs to people. So this is just the beginning. Imagine they're doing this for the NBA. You don't think come April we're gonna experience something at a higher level? Like it's
Yeah,
just
right.
so exciting to be in this space right now. And I'm like, yeah, y'all missing out. Like it's exciting, it's fun. It's not, it's you get like I on my YouTube show, right? The Inside Rip, I gift at the end of each show, I gift each person that I interview a card. And I usually ask them, like, who's your favorite player? Like someone, you idolize as a kid. And we
Yeah.
give them the card because I really do want to emphasize that it's We the Hobby. We are putting the we in the We the Hobby.
Yeah.
And seeing people who are around sports for all of their lives, but this moment where they open up a card and they go,
Yep.
oh my gosh. Like, wait till you see Friday's episode with Anish Sharaf. Huge Don Mattingly fan. Grew up just like me. We're huge Yankee fans.
Yeah.
He was like a kid in a candy store. Same with Coley. Grew up loving Roberto Clemente. Gifted him a Roberto Clemente card. These moments are so magical. And my gosh, like it's just really cool. It's cool. I like
Yeah.
it. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And with the way the world has been going to, it's good to have a moment like that, just to get back. And it's a nostalgia as a kid, like you're a kid's days, like you said, it's like it's like open up a pack of cards and you get that one card that you've been probably either looking for or you just have memories about. It's just like, wow, like you said, someone an athlete that you grew to, that you loved as a kid and everything. And you get a chance to, you said you're gifting them something from your heart. And you said you took putting the we and We the Hobby. And I think that resonates with the company name. And giving them an opportunity to be like, wow, I can't believe it. I got an actual card of, you just said, of Don Mattingly, of Roberto Clemente, or whoever your favorite player is growing up. I think that's just I have a sort of excellent feeling.
It's funny. Coley Harvey, I'll credit him, kind of shared with me when he came up to visit We the Hobby a few weeks ago. He said to me, what's interesting about the card market is, and this is so timely, right? We're seeing players now try and take themselves out of a game when it comes to sports betting, when it comes to any parlay, right? Just in general, if you're looking
Yeah.
at fantasy and or sports betting, right? Or anything that has to do with on the field play,
Yep.
there is starting to get this tincture, right? Like this little it's a tint. Like it is not pure because we have seen, and while I think leagues are trying to handle it as best as possible,
Yeah.
there are players that may get involved at some point. I mean, this goes back to even Pete Rose, right? Like
Yes.
the
Yes.
game is just
It's nothing new. This is not new.
it's not.
Yeah.
But what I find unique and where I see the hobby and card collecting an interesting avenue where it is gamification and it is you do take a gamble on buying a team
Mm-hmm.
is, say I am a huge Chiefs fan. I love the Chiefs. I want to get a Patrick Mahomes card. You would buy into on one of our PYTs, a pick your team on our stream, and you would buy the Chiefs with the hopes, right? You take that gamble
Yep.
to get a Patrick Mahomes card if it's pulled. That
Yep.
is the gamble you take, but it becomes a game. There's gamification. There is risk. But my God, say you bought the Chiefs for $100 and you hit a one of one Patrick Mahomes. Well, you have just quadrupled your value. So,
Yeah.
like, it is like getting a lottery ticket. It is like, plus, you end up, I think we talked about this last time. What I really love about cards is now you have something tangible. You don't just get
Mm-hmm.
cash in your FanDuel account or your DraftKings account. You now have an actual piece of history, a story. Sometimes, I mean, like in cards, they have relics, like they have
Yeah.
jersey worn, whatever. So I just think that there's something that, and you can't change a card, right? Like you
No.
can't, whether you buy a LeBron James card now or in 5 years or you had one, he can't do anything different on the court, whether he's going to shoot 5 more shots or not, right? Like
Yep.
this is like, you're really looking at the breadth of someone's career in totality. No one's going to mess with that, right? Maybe a game here, a game there, they'll take a chance because look, they want to make a few extra bucks, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But in a card market, it's still technically like it's pure in that sense, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you want the
It.
card, you want the card.
You want a card, and you go hunting for that card. You if you're looking for, you said, a specific card, like you said, a LeBron James, say, rookie card, and a specific one you're looking for, and you're buying packs or what, however, and it is a gamble. And I mean, you have to look at it that way, because we're on the hunt for that specific card, or that specific player or whatever, and you're you start ripping packs and things, and then it's like, oh my goodness, I finally got it. I finally got it. It's like, Willy Wonka. That's what it's like. You're trying to find that chocolate.
Yeah.
You're trying to find that golden ticket, and and then when you get it, it's like, now the value is like, wow, I got it. Okay, now what I'm going to do with it? Now that you have it, what? Or you look for the next card, or
Yeah.
should I sell it? Should I? Is the value what? I'm keeping it. I've been looking for it, so I'm going to keep it. So yeah, it is a kind of a gamble. That's a good point. That's a really good point. So, the quick question about what misconceptions do you think people have about sports cards and collectibles in this industry?
That it's not like our dad's
Yeah.
card market
Yeah.
anymore. We grew up in
Mhm.
the junk wax era. We grew
Mhm.
up where a lot of it is paper, and that's not what cards that we're talking about now look like. Cards are, some of them are priceless. You're getting, I might have mentioned it last time we spoke, but like we have pulled a card that had a Mookie Betts cleat in it. Like there were cleats like in the card.
Wow. Yeah.
There are cards that just have become so insanely unique. So it's not just this paper card. I mean, cards are as thick as my iPhone,
Yeah.
right?
Right. And you're not getting that gum either. That you used to
Yeah,
get.
no.
That hard stick of gum.
Correct. There's no gum. This is not that, right? I think that's one misconception for those that are not in the space currently. And then I really do think like value is certainly driven by demand, and it's not just about a scarce card. So like even though you have a one of one card, doesn't mean that like all of a sudden you've hit the jackpot. Like
Yeah.
you might get a one of one of an obscure player or a card that hasn't been sold in years, and it still might not have the same value. So like
Yeah.
most valuable cards combine rarity, because certainly you want rarity, but
Yep.
also the demand of a high player. Like, so it has to be a one of one Patrick Mahomes. Like everyone is buying Patrick Mahomes right now. Everyone is chasing Jaden Daniels. Now they might hold that card because Jaden is hurt. So you might hold that card because you're like, I don't know what, like his market may have stopped, right? Joe Burrow in similar fashion, right? People
Yeah.
were chasing to get his card, and now they're like, let me hold the card. They don't want to sell it yet because say they come back, have a crazy game, that's when you're selling that card. So it's not necessarily, you want a one of one of like a random player that maybe isn't going to pop off. Like, it's not just about the scarcity of a card. Although I do think gajillion years from now, the same way I think about now, I'm like, I should be holding on or buying a second version of my son's toys. So like he loves Toy Story. I should be buying a second Woody toy, because who's to say like this might be a very valuable collectible item at some point. Like I still have a Nintendo box. It doesn't work, but I have it because I'm like, man, that thing is like a dinosaur, right? The game and everything. So I think it does have to do with like a rare item that certainly impacts the card's value, but it's really about you look at the stock market, you could compare it to like buying stock in Nvidia. If Nvidia's stock is high, the price of that stock is going to be high, right. But if they drop a few points, right, and you buy it now, you want to buy low, sell high. This is sort of the same thing in the stock market. So I think those are really the misconceptions of the hobby right now. And it's changing and evolving every day, which is
every day.
Fun.
Yeah, you got to like stay with the trend, stay with what's happening, what's hot, what's not, all those things. I'm sure it's like you said earlier, it evolves each and every day. There's something different and in this market, and you guys are at the pulse of it all. So keep up with everything you guys are doing, because I love seeing, like I said, this grow. All right, just got a couple more before I let you go. He said we can always talk for hours, but I never time constraints or time and things like that. We got other things to do too. But I want to hit on the LA Rams team that you are like big, you covered and everything too. They're having a tremendous year so far, and Matthew Stafford's playing like MVP football. He's telling everyone, don't forget, I am a Super Bowl champion and Super Bowl MVP. And we just did this a few years ago, so just don't get it twisted. But they're having a great year defensively and offensively, even though my Eagles beat them early in the year. Not to brag, but no, they haven't. No, I think it's probably going to come down to those two teams in the NFC for sure. That's what it seems like it's going. Things can change in the next. There's still like 7-8 weeks left, but talk about how the Rams season. And how far do you think they can they get? I mean, like I said, they're playing on both sides of the ball. They're playing tremendous right now.
I always judge a team, any team, by what they look like on the sidelines. So yes, you can, man, this guy is lights out, throwing touchdown on the field, if they're not celebrating on the sidelines, like that is my truest test to judging a team and how strong they can be long-term. This team is having fun.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams, he just did a podcast with Whitworth and was speaking glowingly about Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua is like a 4-year-old. Like, he is just enjoying everything at his fingertips. That man can get so excited about a touchdown. He can get excited about getting knocked down, on like the 5-yard line. Like, it is so wild how exciting this team is. Matthew Stafford looks like he's Benjamin Button right now.
Yes.
Tyler Higbee's still there, hanging on strong. I mean, it speaks so much to even like Quentin Lake, who just became injured. He was the captain on the team, and how much it impacted the team to lose someone like that, because you obviously can't just replace a captain on the team. But the defense had 4 interceptions against the Seahawks last week. Like, they are having fun on special teams, on defense, on offense. Clearly, that to me tells me you guys can make the long run, because if you're having these awkward spouts, and I get it, winning helps us to all feel happy. But if you can see that personality coming out, and we saw it from week 1, week 2, week 3, even when they took some hard losses, you still saw the sideline feeling energetic.
Yeah.
And you look at Sean. Sean, I think there was a moment where probably in between the 2 Super Bowl runs they had, pre the one he won with Matthew Stafford, after that first Super Bowl loss against the Patriots in like 2018, maybe a couple years after, man, it was like really tough to see a team be expected to go back to back and win another Super Bowl in a short period of time. Again, holding on to Aaron Donald and Andrew Whitworth, and some of these players are like, I just need this Super Bowl. And he, there were rumors that like maybe he's going to do TV and leave this on the field. Like he's going to hang up his coaching. He is having fun. He is having fun. Chris Shula, one of his closest friends, is now the defensive coordinator. Even on the coaching side of this team, Sean McVay feels comfortable. He doesn't fear losing. He has a trust with this team. He has a trust from Les Snead, from Kevin Demoff, from the top up. There's just this like, cógelo con take it easy, relax. I got this. Have you seen what I've done in the past?
Right.
Be in that place where it's like, let me orchestrate. Let me figure this out.
Yep.
He's having fun. He's able to make mistakes. A lot of coaches do not have that flexibility to make mistakes in the way that like Sean McVay has earned it. But like, man, like you're always like, here's the next coach that's going to lose his job. Sean has that time. So he's having fun. It's a fun team to watch right now.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, great points. And it's interesting because on the opposite side with my squad, the Eagles, it just seems like there's so much drama for an 8-2 team with the best record in the NFC. I mean, previous Super Bowl champion. And, it just seems like they're not having fun at all. You said you look on the sideline, and yes, there's some issues. There's some things that we don't know, that you look on the sideline, it's almost like this team is miserable, seems like sometimes on the sideline. You got the AJ Brown talking about the offense. Yes, the offense needs to do, they gotta definitely, if they want to go get back to where they were, where they can go to back to the Super Bowl again, the offense has to step it up. And as a fan, I feel like they haven't hit their stride yet, so I'm not too worried about that. But it still feels like, okay, we can hit another gear. And as you said, winning can solve a lot of things. It does hide a lot of different things. But now all these things are coming out. The whole thing about Jalen Hurts, these rumors about teams leaking about how they're not happy with him and his play, and he's I guess. He's more gun shy to throw the football down the field and all these things, and and he's just steady, calm, and everything too. That's what I like about Jalen. He is steady, calm. He doesn't go for any BS, none of that stuff. He's just about winning. But it just seems like a struggle. And they're not having fun. Now the defense on the other side, they're probably play lights out, and they're holding it down right now. So the offense just got to catch up.
Yeah, I mean, that's to my point exactly. If you watch the sidelines, you see everything. I mean, even think about the Chiefs when you guys won against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
In that game, the Travis Kelce, Andy Reid blip. Like, I don't necessarily, if you're, and I get that I don't even necessarily know that I can use that as a comparable moment, because in the Super Bowl everyone is stressed out. Like I was stressed out, and I was you know what I'm saying? So like even covering the Super Bowl, you stressed out. But like the best thing you can do, teams always do, like keep it in the locker room, room. But you can see it. You're just a human. If you're an observer of the game and you see people having fun,
celebrating,
and that means internally they're like, we're okay,
we're okay.
Why are y'all not happy? Y'all leading the
I
The
know.
league. This
I
doesn't make no
don't.
sense.
It doesn't make no sense. And
Which means something else is brewing.
and something's brewing. Yep. And I'm afraid it's going to come out the wrong time during the playoff run. And because like you said last year in the Super Bowl, the Eagles were very calm. They were happy. They were excited. They got on that run after the bye. I think it was after week 5, and they won 11 out of their last 12. And the one loss they had last year during that stretch, Jalen Hurts got injured in the game against Washington. But then they went on a run. They dominated the playoffs and dominated the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So then they bring a lot of the team back. But now it's just like, I don't know. Something, you're right. Something is brewing, and it's not. It's just it's. I don't know. They got to keep winning. If they keep winning, then we're good. But if they go down a
Still
couple
gotta win.
miles,
They still gotta win in February, though.
they got to
Even
win in
if they
February.
keep
You're right.
winning,
You're right. Absolutely, you're right. And they could be the number 1 seed and get bounced out too
Mhm.
because of something internal.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have
So
every Eagles fan come hate on me now, which is like the worst thing I could ask for.
no,
I'm
you're
just
good.
speaking reality here,
Yeah,
y'all.
you're speaking the truth. And
I'm not
you
even
know me.
hating on the Eagles. I
No,
just like this
no,
is what you can
that's what we get. Yeah, I
observe
get.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, you've known me for a couple of years. I'm a realistic Eagles fan. I would say, like I said, I'm not worried about just as long as they keep winning. They just find ways to win. That's a good quality that they have. They find ways to win. But you're right, something is brewing internally, and it's leaking out now. So, and on the other side, I said the Rams having fun and enjoying themselves on the sideline, and got a calm demeanor. And like I said, they have a coach and a quarterback that just said, "We've been through this. We know how this works." Devontae Adams knows how this works. Those guys are veterans. They know how it goes. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to see how at the end of the year how it all transpires with it. So all right, just got 2 more before I let you go. Let's go back to the We the Hobby, and just in general, if someone wanted to get into card collecting and collectibles, and they just say, "Hey, I want to start. I want to know value and all this." You kind of hit on it throughout the show, but someone new to this and want to get more involved, what advice would you give?
Collect what you love. So if you're a fan of David Cohn, old Yankees pitcher,
Yeah.
if you are a fan of LeBron James, get some base cards. Just start small or buy some NBA packs. Go to
Yeah.
Target or Walmart. Just buy get some blaster packs. Like just start small. Look at the cards, appreciate the card for what it is. There is someone I work with. His name is Sam Mitchell, and he collects Sam Mitchell, the NBA players' cards. And Sam Mitchell is not popping up on any ESPN Sports Center anytime soon, but Sam Mitchell's collected all of Sam Mitchell's cards. It's funny. So like that's his entryway into the hobby, right? Like I collect who I love. Bernie Williams card. I'm holding that just because I love Bernie Williams. He is one of my favorite players of all time.
Yeah.
Someone gifted me a Yogi Berra card. I'm holding that card because that card means something to me. I think we talk about my opinion on Yogi Berra. Then Yogi Berra is the greatest Yankee of all time. At me, I don't care. We'll go at it.
Yeah.
I just hold cards, right? Like I am at some point hoping to get an Aaron Donald card. I've covered him for many years in his career. That is something that I enjoyed. So like I associate memory of my reporting to the card. And that's what's so special about the hobby. So for anyone that just wants to get in and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do," come on to a stream. I have worked with all of our talent now. I can say this. You can go on Fanatics Live and whatever your username is, go, "Sarina sent me. I am new to the hobby. Please help me through this. I am overwhelmed." We will welcome you with open arms.
Open arms.
And our breakers, our on-air personalities will gladly talk people through what the hobby is, what they are looking for. They'll ask who their favorite teams are. I think it's the best gateway into getting into this space. So you can buy things on your own at a store, or you can buy online, which again, I think social commerce is definitely the way forward. It is the future of even like being in sports, right? Like now we're talking about sports, but also selling something. So yeah, Fanatics Live, whatnot, or Walmart, jump in and people can explain stuff. And there's stuff at lower price points. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars buying a card that you love. You
Yeah.
can start at $25. You can start at $10 auctions. We do dollar auctions. Like there's ways to get into this space still in a realistic way. Fanatics NBA, our basketball stream, which is on right now with Lillian and Mari, they're literally running auctions during the day, just
Mhm.
flying through. You take a chance. So yes, if you are new to the hobby, you're like, I think I want to get into this, I'm not sure how. The best way is either go to a local store and buy a box and go through them on your own, or jump on one of our streams on Fanatics Live, on Whatnot, or on Walmart Live, and ask our on-air personalities. Tell them Sarina sent you and say, please help me understand this. I am overwhelmed. What do I do? They'll talk you through everything.
Yep, they'll guide you and all that. So yeah, so if you're listening or listening to this later, like I said, Serena sent you. Then you said they will help you there and get you started with everything. Don't be scared. As they say, if you're a fan of a player or an athlete, you go for it and try to get. You said those dollar auctions, like, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars. So it's really good advice. All right, last one. Was gonna ask about what's next for Serena. With the hobby and things like that, events, anything like that you can announce. Don't want to get you in any trouble, anything like that. What you can announce and what's upcoming. You talked about a little bit about April and everything too, but what can you announce that what's upcoming within the next 5-6 months, or because New Year's here next month. So
yeah, I know, it's wild. So well, like even look, the holidays are great. So like jumping on Thanksgiving or the day after Thanksgiving, really big days for us. Same with Christmas. Again, people are home, they're off from work, they're on their phone, they like jumping in. So we do special programming around the holidays anyway. This December, we will be hosting 2 live shows at PSA in New Jersey, where we'll be ripping Topps Chrome Basketball and NFL Prism. And what's special about going to PSA and ripping there is that you can get your cards graded right then and there live, which is unique because usually you buy a card on a stream, you get a card on a stream, and then you have to mail it, and it can take months. You're getting it instantaneously graded there. So those are really special, and you're getting it comes with buying on the stream, so you're also saving money. It's an amazing deal. We have a really good relation with PSA, so we like to do that a lot. We've got 2 live shows coming this December. January, February, it is likely we're hoping to get We the Hobby, maybe at Super Bowl. Maybe I'll try and get there, have a presence. We're trying to figure out, again, I am constantly introducing the hobby to all people, but I think it'd be pretty exciting if We the Hobby can have a presence there. We're looking for that. Maybe the NBA All-Star game in February. And then come March, April, we will get ready. It'll be baseball season again.
Yes.
And then this summer, Fanatics Fest, New York City, will be there at the National. We will be there. National Card Show. It's in Chicago again this year. So we've got a full calendar coming up, but very exciting. And again, every single day, 7 days a week, almost 24/7, we are live on Fanatics Live, on Whatnot, and on Walmart Live. And I believe, hopefully we're only on once a week with Walmart Live, but I hope that grows. And we also do Pokemon. So if people are into TSG, what's really fun about Pokemon, Pikachu don't, pull a hammy, Pikachu's going to get a DUI. So Pikachu is a safe bet every time to invest in. I think that's why a lot of people are kind of leaning towards TCG and Pokemon anyway. So we also have a live stream that rips Pokemon.
Yeah, I said it doesn't. Not just sports, cards and collectibles. You have Pokemon. Remember, Yu-Gi-Oh was big at one point, and there's so many different comic books for sure. That's another big industry when it comes to collectibles and everything too. So, but yeah, so follow Sarina on all those platforms and reach out to her on Instagram and Twitter. Are you still on Twitter? for the
Still
most
on
part.
Twitter, still
Yeah, still
hanging
hanging in. Me too.
hanging in
Me
there.
too.
I'm not
Yeah.
as active. I definitely do more threads than Twitter, but
Okay.
I
Yeah.
haven't completely shut it off yet.
Yeah.
Well,
Me
maybe
either.
the day, but
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
more of
still
an
hanging on it.
information hoarder. I just like to read stuff.
Yeah, that's it. Kind of scroll through. I was like, I had enough.
Yeah, yeah,
That's about it. But yeah, following. Like I said, I really appreciate you. Appreciate the friendship, and really enjoy talking with you each time that we can connect and everything too. And hopefully we can connect in one of these live things that's coming up. One of these live events that's coming up as
yeah.
well. But I appreciate the time. Appreciate you, and happy holidays to you and your family as well. And
So,
thanks again for this educational which I do. People will learn something, especially if they're trying to get into, like I said, collectibles and cards and things like that too. So hope everyone enjoyed it. So, but thank you, Sarina. Really appreciate you. And again, happy holidays.
happy holidays.
Yes, yes. All right. Well, I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.
Thank you.